This is April of 2024, and these are duck compost windrows, multiples of them, made primarily out of green pine sawdust and some hay. They're probably 2 years old, 2.5. I wanted to show you because these piles were inoculated in the spring of 2023, about a year ago, and they yielded this past fall, in the fall of 2023. But now, come spring, this is April, just look at how much they've myceliated this pile and what they're showing thus far, because it's truly remarkable. You can see everywhere they're coming, everywhere, all along the edges of these piles. And this was sawdust spawn, Winecap or stropharia spawn from field and forest that we inoculated these piles initially with. And then look at all this. Subsequently, we take the roots of what we harvest, of the mushrooms we harvest, and then rebury them in the piles to spread the mycelial roots. So, walking around this pile, we've already harvested about 3 huge grocery bags filled with these mushrooms, so probably about 15 pounds in the last 4 days. So this is just this one pile, and here's even more right here. And it's just incredible to see the proliferation of them. And then this adjacent pile, this is before any other plant material, plants, annuals have grown. And this is just, they're erupting. You can see them pushing up. Like this was pushing up a shelf of sawdust here. And they're doing it all over the place. And I'm completely excited because it just shows the potential of how compost, especially high cellulosic compost, or bedding from sanctuaries, like we're a duck sanctuary. See, they're just pushing it up here. And we've also had sufficient rain to bring these mushrooms to fruit. How bedding compost can generate this amazing food, but also help bioremediate and break down, accelerate the ecosystem of the pile itself via mycelium. And this is probably the largest like adjacent flush that I've seen ever. But they're coming up in these clusters almost instead of as individuals. So I'm holding off harvesting them until more of them are a bit larger. You kind of have to keep an eye just because you can start to see signs of slug damage or the slugs enjoying a meal. I shouldn't say damage. But these are brilliant mushrooms to cook with, to ferment with. Look, here's another. You can hardly see them. They're a bit cloaked in this dustiness on the dry edge of the pile, but they're just everywhere. And it's really exciting as a grower to see this. Look, there's more coming here. Slugs on that. I'm going to take this one because there's a slug on that one. And look at, that's just a giant stem. And this strain seems to have super large stems. Here's more popping through right there. You can hardly see them. They're a bit camouflaged. More coming here and here. They tend to originally show up at the border between the grass and the sawdust because there's more moisture there. But I think this is sufficiently moist to bring up this whole family. I buried some roots here, that's why it's disturbed. But every day more emerge. And with our moist air and cool nights, I think these are going to keep really well. They're just unbelievable. I wanted to share this with everybody as a success story in both mycoremediation and an amazing food yield. You see them all along here. And these mushrooms are very high in protein. So sky's the limit with what can be done here. Just a little creativity.